G'day, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you probably by the time this video comes out. On to the next stage. So floors, this section of floors out. This is planned to be pulled out. As I said, good access from the bins for services and bits and pieces, so that's going to make my job easier. Anyway, the marks on the floor. Anyway, there's marks running all the way down the aisle. And so what we're going to do, I'll get all of this into CAD, and we'll end up cutting and folding all these plates. So first step is to cut them on the plasma table. I'm very, very fortunate to have my own, which makes a lot of jobs easy. You'll see that a bit. And then we'll fold all these pieces. So some are marked IW, which is just aisle and weld. And some are marked IS, which they will be bonded and then screwed straight through to the cross member underneath. I just realised in the front here, I was a little worried about this being timber, but you know, turns out it's actually got galvanised cladding underneath this timber, so that would make sense to protect it from underneath. Anyway, so that's this done for the moment, and we'll get on and sit in here with a sketchbook and start sketching each component. So I'm back out at it again. It's nearly 8 o'clock at night, and it's still about 34 degrees today. So anyway, I spent the time doing a bit of CAD work, and this is the results. Nothing too fancy, so they're all the parts. They're ready to go. Plasma's zeroed out, so we're ready to start cutting. So there you have it. Much better than a grinder, that's for sure. So I'll let these parts cool down. I'll clean these up. You just got to knock a bit of this stuff off. The parts actually look pretty clean. I might not have to do too much work. Anyway, and then we'll fold them. They're 2mm mild steel. And by the time the fold's in them, they'll be certainly super strong enough. And then we'll weld longitudinal bracing to support the edges of the flooring in the aisle, and yeah, that'll be that. So on to the next bit. So, some assembly required, yeah. Had Amy give us a hand for a couple of house spaces. Folding these, we probably buggered up a couple as well, so we had to come back a few times and make sure. But these are the welded in sections, so they're in and done. So we're just going to clean them off, prime and paint in this section so you can see the cutouts, and they'll get lined with rubber and good place for stuff to pass through. So the next thing we'll do, just grab one, hang on. Just go get one. There you go. So we fold up one of these in that folds 2mm nicely. We've still got the front sections to fold. No big deal. Thought there was a spider on my leg. So what we'll do now, this will pick up, these will fit in here. These are actually quite a neat fit in here. Anyway, they'll fit in there like that. Nice and neat like. Yes. Nice and neat like. Ow. We'll bond those down. There's actually here, there's a big solid angle that runs the full length, obviously, where the seat belts tie into. So what we're going to do is what were we going to do? Oh yeah, we're going to do exactly what I did over there. Stick of those down, then we'll weld through this plate into the angle, and that'll stop any lateral movement there. And I actually don't, if that's the case, I don't need to screw them down. They'll be, that, I think it was a Sika 227 or something. My God, that sticks like shit to a blanket, that stuff. So we'll just clean the timber off. That'll be done with an angle grinder. And then we'll bond through that, and then obviously tack weld the top section. So stick with it. We're getting there slowly. Well, yeah, okay. 2, 2, 1. Heavy duty adhesive sealant. Not 227. 227 apparently is automotive, just sealant. Fail to see how makes a bloody difference, but anyway, I'm sure it does. This is the stuff that I think the entire bloody bus was glued together with, because it was hard getting everything out. So anyway, check the chassis. There's no cabling, it actually runs lower. Slots in there, something like that, pretty much. Picks up. Yep. Picks up when we need to, and then I'll just come in and we'll just tack weld behind that. That'll stop it moving backwards and forwards. Neat fits good, I suppose. Oh, now hammer. Just need to knock that out of the way. Apply some of this shit. I was amazed how well this stuck. Like, I couldn't believe how hard it was to get the sealing out. Like, that was just incredible. Can't multitask, sorry. Talking and applying glue, not my strong points. Easy. Does fit, believe me. I don't think I'll be so sparing on the next one. Right, so we're setting up our new datum line, I guess, for the front end. So it's nice and straight. I just checked it with a straight edge to make sure that's good. So everything that runs across here will measure down off that piece of angle there and then set it in place. So I'll get on with it. Clean up off the plasma cutter, so we'll do that. Next bit. Need to make some room. Sorry guys. Righto. Right, so I think it's 98 mil. I'm just going to check. It's 91. 91. Okay. Veronese. What's this? 135. 35. Okay. And then we go in and check, and we just roughly work it out. So 20. Over to the press, brake press, whatever you want to call it, bender, folder. Sit you guys there for a sec. This is going to be a tall ask for this machine. She's really well tapped out, I think, at this distance. Now, see if it'll do it without any assistance. Poor little bender. Big ask for that. Alright, come in here, come with me. Right, so this it just sits there. Yeah. Righto, we have pretty much completed all the welding in here. I've just knocked the tops off the welds. And the old flux core wire. I had to use that at the end because I couldn't get the big welder in here. I'm down this far anyway, that'll be fine. Important thing is when you're welding things like that, leave about 1mm gap between the parts so that when you do knock the tops off the welds, you still have a strong weld underneath. So that's the front section all done now. I'm going to build a hatch in the floor here because that looks like where they've got down to the fuel gauge sender. So anyway, we're going to clean this out and prime and paint this center section. Even though it's steel and it's bare, and yes, it's technically in a dry environment, technically, it'll rust. It will at some point. So we're just going to prep it all and paint it, and then we can flatten this floor out, and then we can get on to the exciting stuff. now that I'm smelling stars and seeing colours, we paint it. The monument obviously doesn't match the bottom. That's fine. That's I don't know. I think that comes from the body shop. But it's like what is it, like it's a hard wearing paint, but that's no big deal because I just want to get something on the steel for the timing. Up the back there, it doesn't matter. You'll never see it, or it'll be hidden at least. But you could fish a tongue or something down there if you need to get something down there. I'll probably put a hatch in the bedroom down here at the other end, just to get things in and out. But I can't really envisage needing to access it all that often. Anyway, so yeah, it's now ready for flooring, and then we'll come back and I'll do a bit of research and find out what that paint is that's in the bins. And then when the floor's on, I'll come back and spray all the bottom of the floor and do that as well. But for now, I've got to get out of here because it looks like there's a unicorn walking towards me.